trendy jumbo trouser. So these are the required measurements that you'll be needing for this class. Your waist circumference, your hip circumference, your waist to nail line, your waist to trouser length, your waist circumference, hip circumference, your waist to nail, your waist to trouser length. So this is it here. These are the lines here. This is the waist line. This is the nail line. This is the trouser length here. Right? So now what we're going to be doing now is you're going to divide your hip circumference by 4. Okay? Before then, let me explain this line that you are seeing here. This one is just a margin, 2.5 inch margin. You have to do it. Then on this side too, 2.5 inch margin. As we proceed into the class, you will understand why this margin is okay. Because we are going to be drafting the back and the front together, and then we'll now separate them. So now, you divide your hip circumference by 4. Whatever you have, mine is 44 divided by 4. I have 11 inches. So I'm going to be using my marker to mark from the waistline here. I'll mark 11 inches all through. I'll mark 11 inches all through. So I'm going to use my straight ruler to draw a straight line. I won't allow this to be too long because I'm still going to adjust it. Okay? I've marked my waist circumference divided by 4 from here to this length, which is 11 inches from the waistline down here. So this is my thigh line. I will do T. This is my thigh line here. So now, because it's a jumbo trouser, okay, so I'm going to be adding more to my waist circumference. I hope you get my point. My hip circumference my hip circumference is 44 divided by 4. I have 11, so I'm going to be adding more to the 11 inches. This one totally depends on you. You can add 3 inches to it. You can add 2. It's based on how big you want the trouser to be. So now, my hip circumference divided by 4 is 11 inches. So on this thigh line here, I'm going to mark, instead of marking 11 inches on this thigh line, I'm going to be adding 2 inches to it. So I'm going to mark 13 inches on my thigh line. So instead of 11 inches, maybe I should take it again so that you can understand very well. So my hip circumference divided by 4, I use it to get my thigh line. From here to here, I marked 11 inches. And because if it's a basic trouser, I'm going to be using my 11 inches here, 11 inches here, 11 inches here, and connect them. But this one is a jumbo trouser. I want to try to be big at the waist area. So I'll divide my hip circumference by 4. I'm going to be adding 2 inches to it. You can add more. But my hip circumference divided by 4, I have 11 inches plus 2 inches making 13. I'm only adding 2 inches to my hip circumference. You can add more as you wish. So I'm going to mark 13 here. I'll come to this waistline. I'll mark 13 inches. Then I'll connect it. So that is that about that. So now I'll come to this is my thigh line here. So I'll come up by 2 inches to mark my hip line. So I'm going to draw a straight line to connect it. This is my hip line here. So this is my hip line here. So now I want to, this will be my crotch line. So I want to extend the crotch. So to extend your crotch, divide your circumference by 20. My hip circumference is 40 divided by 20. I have 2.2. So I'm going to put 2.2 here. To get your crotch extension, divide your hip circumference by 20. Okay? So after dividing it by 20, this trouser I'm going to be using elastic band to it. So in order to avoid the trouser from packing, I'm going to come down go inward by ½ inch here. Then I'll connect it back into the hip line. Now I want to extend the crotch, but before then, I've extended it here already. I'll go outward by 0.25. Please, it's because I'm trying to do tutorial. That's why I'm using this type of pen. Please don't use it. It's not good. So I've connected the dot, the extension here, the 2.5 here to this. So this line, you don't need it. Okay. So now let's continue. So here I will measure my normal hip circumference divided by, because this trouser is going to be have an elastic band. So I will mark from here my hip circumference divided by 4. I will mark it here on my waistline. Then I'm going to connect it because it's going to have an elastic band. That is why I am doing this. Okay, so this is it. It's going to have an elastic band. If it's not going to have an elastic band, measure your normal waist circumference. Okay, then you add your dart intake to it. So let's proceed. This one is with an elastic band. So here I will measure this. This is 13 inches here. Measure whatever you have on the hip line. Before you do that, come to this the thigh line here. Measure whatever you have there, divide it into 2 equal halves so that we can get the crease line. This crease line is what will make your trouser not to pack, not to be twisting or going to the front. Okay, to avoid your trouser from going to the front or twisting, you have to draw this line. I will just call it maybe something like alignment. You are using it to align the trouser together. Okay, so this is it. So that is the crease line there. So you will now come to this place, measure whatever you have here, which is 13 inches divided by 2. That is 6.5. You are going to place 6.5 on this line. You are going to place another 6.5 on this line. Place another 6.5 at the trouser length. Place the other 6.5 on this leg, on this other one. So I'm going to connect them together. Whatever you have on your hip is what you are going to have all through, because it's a jumbo trouser. It's going to be very big. So, and the wideness totally depends on you. Okay? You can have 3 inches, 4 inches. It depends on how big you want the trouser to be. So, then if you want to connect this, just connect straight. Try to bend it a little. You don't just see the way I place the roller. So that is it there. Now, we've tried to, we don't want the trouser to pack here. So you will have to come down by 1 inch at this side so that the trouser will look very smart. I'll come down by 1 inch here. So that is it. So I'll write this, the front crotch, front. Make sure you label or you use 2 different pen to do the drafting, or else you can mix them up. So now the next thing I'm going to do now is to draw the back pattern. So to draw the back, I'll divide my hip circumference. Let me extend this line, these two, just these two for now. This one is already extended. So this is it here. Now, you want to, before you do that, this is our crotch line for the front. For the back, I'm going to come in by 1 inch at the crotch line here. Then at the trouser, you are going to use this, not this, okay? At the top here, you go inward by 2 inches. Then you go up by 2 inches as well, okay? So I'm going to connect the 1 inch to the 2 inches here. So that is it. So because the back is somehow, so this is the back crotch. I've told you to label so that you won't mix them up. So now to extend the back crotch, to do the back crotch extension, we divide the front by 20. For the front, we are going to divide it by 10. So mine is 4.4. So I'm going to mark 4.4 here. Okay, then I will extend it with my ruler. That is it. So now I will come here like we did for the front and mark 0.25. Then I'm going to see the way I place the ruler. Don't place it straight because this back shouldn't be too curvy and it shouldn't be too straight. So you can see the way I place the ruler. So that is it. Okay. So now I've extended the line. I've extended this one also. You can see the way I placed it. Now we are going to start our measurement from this place. Our hip circumference divided by 4. I'm going to place it here, which is 13 inches that we use for the front. Then I will come here and measure whatever is left. I have 1.5. I will mark 1.5 here. Okay. So I'm going to connect it like so. So I've marked the hip circumference on my thigh line and on my hip line. So on this one, you know, this is the back crotch that is coming up here. So from this up here, we are going to measure the 11 inches, our normal hip circumference from here, because it is a what do I call it? The trouser with an elastic band. So I'm going to be using my hip circumference for the waist, so that when I put the elastic band, it will size me. So here at the side here, come up by 1/2 inch. I don't know why this ink is there like this. It's just so that is it. So now we are going to connect this 1/2 inch back. Don't be confused, just connect the 1/2 inch back into this. Okay, so this one we don't need it anymore. I should have used another color for this because I don't know this painting. Okay, this one here is what you will see when I'm trying to trace it out. So now let's continue with this. So I'm going to measure from here to this place. I'll measure 11 inches on this same line. This is our waistline here. I'll measure 11 inches here. Then I'll come up by 1/2 inch, because both of them must be equal on the side. So this one and this one will be equal on the side. So I'm going to connect it straight into the hip line. Then I'll connect this one also. So that is it. It's as simple as that. So when you measure this, let's measure it. 11 inches. Then you measure this one too. So now let's continue. The rest is very simple. Just add 1/2 inch all through. 1/2 inch. I'm going to be putting 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch on the nail line and the trouser length. Everything is going to be 1/2 inch all through. Okay. So now let me input this. Then I'll connect it to this one here. So after this, we are done with the drafting of the trouser. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to separate each pattern. Okay, to separate each pattern. If you don't have a traditional way to separate this, just draw this pattern 2 times. Then you cut the front from one, cut the back from one. Okay. So let me notice, this is the back, this is the back, so that you won't mix them up because they look alike. This is the back. So that is that. We are done.